Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel or welcome if you are new. So today I thought I would flip through one of my favorite art books in my collection. This has been the most helpful art book that I own so far. So this is The Fundamentals of Character Design by, it's published by 3D Total Publishing. There are different artists and writers who help put this book together, but it's basically a book on how to, you know, the basics of creating your own characters. So I'm just gonna flip through. So right here it tells you that, for every book they sell, they plant a tree. And then it has the little pledge here. And I'm gonna flip through it kind of quick because this is a thick one. It's got a lot of pages. So I'm just going to flip through. Over here it has, the book info, the website of 3D Total Publishing, the directors, and all that fun stuff. So then we have the table of contents. They have what is character design. Each one is broken up into sections. I probably shouldn't, but you can pause it and read what's in the contents if you like. So this is the introduction and how to use this book, where to start. It talks more about the sections and things like that. And then it jumps right into the first. If I can get rid of this glare a little bit. Nope, not without darkening everything. Let me see. Nope, can't get rid of it. Sorry guys, I tried. So maybe I can just, nope, okay, I tried. All right, so here's that page. And so it has like a little overview, and this book I like because it doesn't have just black and white and gray figures for you to draw and a whole bunch of text that you have to read. It has text, but it's broken up into small chunks where you can actually read it. And it has graphs and charts and this is like the basics of building your character. And I flipped through this book quite a bit, so I'm just gonna flip through it, and I'll stop here and there, but I don't want to, I'm not gonna read anything from it really, because I feel like the artist needs to read it and interpret it their own way. And use this book. This book can be used in so many different ways. So, and it's not, like I said, it's not one of those boring. I'm sorry, I can't learn from the ones that just has like all these texts and then all these figures that you're supposed to, I guess, just copy. And for my style, this is actually better because I don't draw realistically, so this kind of resonates with me better. And like I said, it's not a lot of text, and when there is text, it's broken up. There's a lot of examples. They give good examples on top of it, and then they give extra tips too. So it talks about researching and how you can make things make sense. And I really enjoy it, and then they have like ideation. So we're just flipping through it kind of quick. So then you got the next section here. And then it talks about shape language in this one. But you see how the figures are different shapes and sizes. It's not just the same figure over and over. And they give you examples of the shapes. They even tell you like what the shapes mean, like the meaning behind the shapes. And then you have the colors and the meaning behind the colors. Then goes into color palettes, which I think is pretty neat. Talks about lighting. So there's a bit of everything in here. So I come to this book a lot to check for poses, to make sure my person is making sense. And, you know, I'm still learning from it. So, you know, I haven't learned everything, but I'm still learning slowly. I was reading about rhythm. I saw that orange tabs there. And sometimes I jump around. Sometimes I stick to the same. Here's the figure basics part. Sometimes I go in order. Sometimes I stick around. They said the best way to do it is to go in order, but sometimes I don't. But like even there, these little things, they're colored. They're not plain looking. They, separate the shapes by color. And then again, it goes into different body types and like body fatness and, muscles and things like that. And it goes into exaggerating the form. So you can create some pretty neat characters from this book. Or you can just go through and you can copy the ones that's in here for practice. Of course, don't sell it or post it and be like, oh yeah, that's my original. Like, we don't do that here. But it's good for practice. You can try practicing with those. And then the pose, movement, and gesture section. This section is fun because it has some really neat poses. And it tells you like the examples of them and how to fix them and how to make it more exaggerated and things like that. And it shows you like the line of gesture too, if you can see that without, there we go. I'll just hold it up so there's like no glare. And then bring it down a bit. Okay. So then it talks about making sure you have a clear silhouette so people can tell what's going on. So you should be able to tell what's going on in the silhouette. Very, 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 very informative book. And this is good for beginners too. And then this one I was gonna come in and try and practice like this running pose, the correct running pose anyway. But it shows you the wrong way to do it, how it would look weird, and then it shows you the right way that would look better. And then it has a poses library, so it has just different poses that you can come and read about or practice doing yourself. And I mean, it has a bunch. Look at them tripping. So I think this is cool, and it has like poses that, you don't really think about. Like look at her. She's running in to catch that flower bouquet. Like who, it has a lot of different poses in its little library here, which I think is great. You can go in and practicing those. And it has different ages and different body types, and which is also good. It has like the feelings behind some of them, lighting. Like how amazing is that? You get a whole library of just different poses. So then it goes into the face. How to construct the head, the different parts, and things like that. Now, in a regular textbook, you would get just something like this and then a whole bunch of text about it. This one you get like an actual drawn head and then how they broke it down and then, a little bit of text about it. They keep it simple so you can get to the fun part, which is the drawing. So, talks about like the eyes and, how they get further apart, I guess, as, or I'm sorry, closer together as they get older. So, I think that's pretty neat. And then here they have some exaggerated heads. This book is amazing. And they have I think 2 or 3 others in like the little series of, learning books. They have one for animals and another one for characters. And then I believe there's another one. So I only have this one for now. I'm looking at either the next one in the creating characters, or the children's illustrator one. But the animal one also looks interesting, so I'm not really sure which one I want next. But look at these faces. They even have an expressions library with different expressions. Look at that one. Mouthful of food expression. So I think this is pretty neat. And if you aren't sure how to draw somebody with a mouthful of food, you can go there and kind of get an idea of it and take it from there and do your own thing. And it has, they're drawn by different people too, so which is also cool. So you get a different version, somebody else's idea of how one should look. So, I think it'd be cool to have a sketchbook dedicated to just learning to draw people characters. So I do have an extra sketchbook I might use for that. But like, look how cool this is. It has like the weight, the postures. It goes in more into depth of baby characters and child characters, teenagers. Look at him. And then it goes into adults and then the elderly characters, and even talks about how to make their hands thin and small. And then it has like case study. So each case study is like something different, and it kind of has like the example, the idea, where it came from and how they broke it down and how they ended up, And they even did looks like they even did a baby version of him, so that's funny. And then they did him as a child, a teen, adult Ralph, and what he would look like when he get older. Good old Ralph. So that was kind of cool. And then they have accessories. So they talk about adding things to your character that, you got hats and beanies and earrings. And then you have the costume library, which has them in suits with accessories and different types of clothes, which is probably something I need to work on because my clothes are not the greatest. Look at that. So they have a hairstyle library, which is also cool. I'm not good at drawing hair either, so this would be nice to learn. That's a good flowy hair. This one's pretty cool too. Oh, look at her hair and hers. Pretty nice. And then you got the props library, which has them with different things, like him with the easel. He's on some kind of motorbike or something. Skateboard. And it's a variety of different props. It's not just, she's got a frog. That's cute. That would be cute to try and practice. Nice and simple. Of course, it wouldn't be simple for me. It'd take me like 6, 7, 8, 10,000 tries, but that's okay. That's the fun of it. That's fun. Got a little rainbow bowl and spoon. That's so cute. And then you have the putting it all together section, and it talks about creating engaging characters, and just it really goes into it really goes like in depth, this book, and then you got working with multiple characters. So now it adds other people into the fray. So it has a little library of different characters together. I thought this would be cool to try and redraw if I can. I don't know if I can draw that goblin thing there, but we can give it a shot. But look at the kids. I thought of doing something similar to this just last night, with my characters, since summer's coming up, having them have a little water fight, or just playing, doing summer things. So then it got main character and sidekick, what not to do and what to do. And then it has a scene that someone drew, and then it has how they broke it down, and then the final image, and it does that for a couple of these. So now we got the bus stop, and then it has the final image. This one's really cute. She's got her hands full, poor thing. And that one just goes on like that. That's the family dinner. And then you have music band, and it talks about the characters, and then the final image. And then you have crowd. This one is very detailed. It's got a lot going on here. Sports team, and then the final image. And then it talks about working in character design. And I think they have a whole separate book. I think it's in the children's illustrator one, where they have a whole section of working as well. So this is pretty cute. Look at him. Then it has presentations, so portfolios and how to set them up and things like that probably is in there. I haven't read that far yet, so I don't know. And then it talks about style. And then it has an ideas grid where you can, if you don't know what to do, you can pick, let's say you pick something from here, here, and here, and then you draw it. So you can draw a short, cozy, tired character. And then you also have the color, the role, item, and you can just pick a couple from each section or one from all of them. And then it has the people who contributed to the book. It has their portrait and then something they drew. And then it goes into the index, which is always good because you can come back here and find things like, faces. I'm sure that's here somewhere. Yep, there it is, face, or eyes. There's eyes, let's say you want to draw, I don't know, items or jewelry. Items, jewelry. So, you can come back here and find out what page they're on. So that's that. Oh, and look, here's the other one. So you have creating stylized characters, which I'm thinking of getting that one next. Then it has creating characters for the entertainment industry, which is also a good one. But then they have two more. They have the one with the animals, and then they have the children's book illustrator one. So I think I'm gonna add, I don't have this one on my list, so I might add this one. It's character design for animation, illustration, and video games. And then that's it. So that is fundamentals of character design. I hope you guys enjoyed the flip through, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for me. All right, guys, see you soon.